Good afternoon, friends. This is Marjorie from Dreaming of an Eccles Homestead. I am coming to you today to bring you a barbecue sauce recipe. And the recipe is coming from the blog of Kristen's Kitchen. And you can find the recipe on kristenskitchenblog.com. I want to say up front that this is not a tested canning recipe, and I have modified it a little bit to make it a little safer for canning. I do not have enough apple cider vinegar for the recipe. My apple cider vinegar is, I'm going to tell you, 5% acidity, and I'm going to substitute balsamic vinegar, which is 6% acidity. So I feel safe using the balsamic vinegar and the apple cider vinegar combined to get the recipe. I'm going to let you know what her recipe is in the link below or in the description box below. But I'm going to modify it for canning to go on my shelf, and hopefully I can get 3 pint-sized jars out of it. I'm going to bring you a little closer and show you what we got. All right, can you see? I have the last of my molasses. I'm going to say it's about 2 tablespoons in there, and I need 2 tablespoons for the recipe. I'm using, her recipe didn't call for mustard, but when I make my own barbecue sauce, I always use mustard. So I'm using some French's mustard. I'm using Worcestershire sauce, if I'm saying that correctly. Smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, of course the 2 vinegars. I'm using tomato paste instead of ketchup. Brown sugar that I mixed myself. And then right here I have a tablespoon of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon and a half of onion powder, and an 1/8 of a teaspoon of allspice. So those are the ingredients that I'm using. Oh, and in my pot I also have 6 cups of water. And let's get started. That was not good. I'm getting my 2 cans of tomato paste in there. And Kristen's recipe does use tomato paste. Normally when I make barbecue sauce to use right away, I do use ketchup. But we don't have a lot of it. And it is a favorite condiment in this house, so I don't want to use the ketchup. Might need another can of tomato paste. We'll have to see once I get all the ingredients in which case. Because in her recipe, like I said, her recipe is not tested for canning, and she uses 1 cup of water with all of her ingredients and a lot less in the vinegar. I think once it cooks down a little bit, it'll be okay. Alright, let's get the sauce off my hands. I'm going to throw in all of my seasonings. I'm going to throw in, I'm actually going to put my vinegar and my Worcestershire sauce in here with the molasses to be able to get the last of that out of there. And I'm going to need a total of 6 tablespoons. So let's see here. How many I get with the 1, 2, 3, 4, not quite 5. 5. Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to put, let's see, where's it? 3 tablespoons of that. 1, 2, 3. I'm a homeschool mom, so when I do stuff, I count it out loud, just so that my son can hear me. Let's see which top goes to which. I think you go to the Worcestershire sauce. No, you go to balsamic. You go to Worcestershire. There you go. Everything covered back up. Then I'm going to get this flip shake to get every last drop out of there. Alright, so here we go. My stove is not on yet. I'm gonna get all the ingredients in and then turn the stove on. See, here. And also, let's see, 3 tablespoons of mustard. Any of it. I'm going to give it a stir and before I add the brown sugar and see if I need it. Let you get a look at it to see how watery it is. Let's see here. Pour on the spring water. And like I said, I am modifying some recipe to make it shelf stable. So what I'm going to do is add another can of tomato paste and let's see, some more balsamic vinegar to keep the recipe shelf stable. I'll be right back once I got that. Alright, I've added another can of tomato paste in here and it's looking a lot better. I still haven't turned on the stove. And now I'm going to add the brown sugar and let's see, I added, what else did I add? Well, off camera I added some more balsamic vinegar, some more smoked paprika because it was smelling more tomatoey than smoky. And that was it. And I'm going to add my brown sugar. This is my homemade brown sugar with molasses and organic cane sugar. And I'm going to add 1 cup to the pot, and then I'm going to turn it on and let it cook. Once it reaches a boil, I'm going to cover it and let it cook for 15 minutes. And then I'll can it up. I prefer to make my own brown sugar. It's a lot cheaper. But how I make it is, for every cup of sugar, I add 1 tablespoon of molasses for light brown sugar and 2 tablespoons for dark brown sugar. This right here is kind of halfway between because it is a quart jar and I measured out a quart jar of sugar and then mixed in, I think, 6 or 7 tablespoons of molasses before drying it up. And my daughter needed it a little stronger for her peanut butter cookies. Every last bit, because every bit counts. If I didn't mention it, today is August 30th. There's 1 day left after today of the Every Bit Counts challenge. Let me give this a stir, and then I'm going to show you on here how thick it is. Well, actually, I'll use the spoon to show you how thick it is. So I'll turn it on. Alright, so I'm going to dip it in, let it run off. See that? It's pretty thick. And it'll get thicker as it cooks down. Which is something I would appreciate. And after it has cooked for a while, I'll taste it for salt. I do not use black pepper. Most barbecue recipes call for black pepper. I don't use black pepper. I have an oral allergy to black pepper, which causes some swelling in my mouth, and so I don't really use black pepper. Do any of you have a strange allergy that most people don't have? stove is on. I'm going to bring it to a boil and then cover it and let it simmer. I'm going to show you something because it looks quite disgusting, but I'm going to throw it out. That is the mother from my apple cider vinegar. I'm going to throw it out because I'm not trying to make fermented barbecue sauce. But I'll be back when it comes to a boil. See you in a minute. Alright friends, I have the timer going. It has reached a boil. I've lowered it to simmer. I gave it a taste earlier and it tasted still a little bit too tomatoey. So I added some more brown sugar and a pinch of salt. What I will do differently next time, let's see, let's let some of that steam out. What I will do differently next time is I will cook the tomato paste a little bit. If you cook your tomato paste, it'll take some of that raw tomato taste out of it. And I think that's what I'll do next time because the recipe as it is pretty good. And I'm glad I got you guys with me because it showed me everything that I modified in the video. And so I can write it down and make it my own recipe. Again, the base recipe comes from Kristen'sKitchenBlog.com. And I'll be back. Alright friends, I have the blower on because I turned the oven on to put dinner in the oven. And forgot my cast iron skillets were in there. I'm going to show you what it's looking like. Let's see. Turn it around so you can get a good look. See how thick it is. Let's see. Can you see that? See how thick it is? How slow it's running. I'm dripping on the counter. Wait. Now I'll take my finger. Taste. Yum. I want to stick the spoon in there because I think this spoon likes tasting spoon. I did add a little more salt because I didn't add salt when I added the extra can of tomato paste, and a little bit more sugar. 4 tablespoons of sugar and a teaspoon of salt is what I added. Don't laugh at me, I'm height challenged. I'm going to turn the blower off so you can hear me better. I keep a step stool in the kitchen just for that reason. Alright, let me clean my area and get my jars out of the canner. Where's my ladle? Alright, you're right in front of the drawer, so you're blocking. I'm going to move you over a little bit. Pull the drawer out a little further. Let's see if I can see my ladle. Which, maybe not. Alright. Check the dishwasher and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I have all of my utensils. I have my funnel, I have my ladle, and since this is liquid, I do not need a debubbler. And because I'm pressure canning these, I'm only going to put these at 1 inch of headspace, which is about right here. Let you watch me do the first jar, and then I'll get the other 3 off camera. to, things were diving at me out of the cabinet. Get my vinegar and clean it off. And see, we can use just a touch more, just a touch. Carefully clean the rim, make sure I don't get anything in there. Put my lid on there, and I didn't get my rings out. Let me grab those right quick. Grab the extra ring just in case one of them doesn't work. It's very hot. Alright, I'm going to hold the lid or hold the, let's see, hold that down. Fingertip tight. Back in the water. I'll be back when they're all finished pressure cooking.
If I ever have a baby, the filters are off limits. I'm not seeing that again. That was my scared that I was saying. But not for basketball. Oh my gosh. Oh man. You got a strike. You got a strike. That is not ultimately. Like, I'm not telling you, don't put me this.
Can I have lemonade? Lemonade.
I don't know why it is. It's like trying not to wake someone up and cracking up is dude, he was like making fun of the other people, but he's like, I might have chuckled just a little bit. They suck at this thing. They're not good. Like, I have
How can you give me some lemonade? Where's my cup? Oh. Where's my cup right there? Where's my cup right there? This cup. That's yummy. Stop chewing.
For round two, pull it off the water because these two jars have had time to cool off. And I'm going to can them. I got a total of five jars when I only expected. Good. editing Marjorie here. I just wanted to let you know that the barbecue sauce turned out fabulous. One jar didn't seal, and so instead of reprocessing that one jar, I put the jar in the crock pot with the pork loin and cooked it for 6 hours, and it turned out fabulous. My husband and son absolutely adored it, and I loved it too. It tasted like ketchup at first, but as it cooked in the crock pot, it became more and more barbecue tasting. So I know when I open up a jar, I'm going to have to cook it a little to get that true barbecue flavor. But if you want the recipe, just let me know. Leave a comment below. Thank you. It is almost 10 o'clock. I've got 5 beautiful jars of barbecue sauce, and I only expected 3. I appreciate you visiting with us at Dreaming of a Necklace Homestead. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. And have a blessed day. And tell me, what's your favorite barbecue recipe? See you later.